So here are 10 mice macros that will help improve your NTA charting. Now you can do this with any mouse that has programmable buttons. I got my own mouse. You can pick whatever mouse you want. So what are some of the macros that you can set up with your mouse to make your charting easier? Let's get to that right now. Now I got 17 buttons on this mouse. Yours might have more or it might have less. You can assign them to any macros that we talk about. The first one is going to be the one that I use with most of the keys. So in particular on this mouse, it's going to be keys 7 through 12. These are all going to be associated to the time frame I want to view. So going across, we have the 5-minute, the 15-minute, the 30-minute, the 60-minute, the 4-hour, and the daily. It's very handy to have them here so you don't have to move your mouse all the way to the top of the chart and then click that drop down and then click again on the time frame that you want to view. All you have to do here is click and you can see how fast I can move through the charts. It's convenient, but it's also a lot faster. So if you didn't find yourself using, or maybe you might only use one time frame, you could assign these buttons to maybe different instruments that you want to trade, but I assign these to my time frames. Now let's start with number 1 and we're going to work our way across. This is the first button I use for a drawing tool. I use this all the time for our XABCD pattern tool. You might have this tool, or for you it might be a head and shoulders, or it could be something simple as drawing a circle. Okay, whatever it is, with a click of a button, your mouse is going to change from an arrow to that pencil to start drawing. Number 2 is my XABCD position tool. Now I use this tool to help me figure out what a certain percentage of my account would be for a certain position size. If you don't have that tool, you could make it something like your risk versus reward tool, as well as you can easily press the number 2 and then you can click for your entry and then click again for your stop. And you can see that you programmed in a target based off the risk versus reward level that you set. You can do this all automatically by pressing that number 2, then you just click entry, stop, and then your target's already there. You don't have to fiddle around and go up to the menu and pick the right tool. It's a waste of time. This way it's going to be a lot quicker. Now number 3 is the region highlight tool that's built into NTA, and that allows me to draw in support and resistance really fast. Now the reason why I use this tool and not indicators to map in support and resistance is because we can do it so much better, and I go over that in the video that I've done here on how to make support and resistance made easy. So I highly suggest watching that video and you'll understand why we use this key as a hotkey to draw in our support and resistance levels. Now number 4 and 5 are just associated to volume keys, so that while I'm listening to music, or while I'm doing my charting, it's easy for me to control the volume up or down. And number 6 is going to be a green arrow. Now I use this all the time for pointing things out on a chart. So even if I'm drawing in channels maybe, or just wanting to point out a certain area, that's going to come in handy. If you share charts with some people, the arrow can again be really handy to point out what you might be looking for and just making that so much clearer. So it's nice to have that little pointer, quick and easy locked in for number 6. Now 7 to 12 are the time frames, so we're going to skip over all that. So pushing down on the middle mouse button will actually allow me to see the price, the date, the open, the high, the low, and the close information. That I believe is a default one that's already set up, but it is handy to have, so I'll keep that there. But one of my absolute favorites are these 2 buttons below the scroll wheel. Now clicking on the top one turns on the crosshairs, and pressing the one below it, the mouse actually goes back to a regular mode. Now the reason why I love this is because I find I use the crosshairs all the time, but I also find them quite annoying. So I don't want to leave them on all the time. I just want to be able to turn them on whenever I want to see what the current or the exact price is of where my mouse is hovering over. So this way, I get over that huge limitation I feel that's in NTA, that you can overcome by using macros and just being able to click to turn it on, click to turn it off. Okay, check the price, click to turn it on, click again to turn it off, and it works out very well. Now the last 2 are my right and left mouse buttons, which won't be changing all the time, so they can of course just stay the same. Now to set this all up is going to depend on the program that you use with your mouse. Okay, I have the Razer Nugget Chroma and it comes with this little application here. So the way it works is that you'll see that each button has like a number associated to the macro. If you hit the side view, you can see more buttons and more macros pop up. So you would assign each of these macros a keyboard combination, and that keyboard combination is going to match what you have inside of the NinjaTrader 8 hotkey manager. So if you want a certain drawing tool and that drawing tool has a key combination, you would just assign that same key combination to a mouse button on your programmable mouse. So when you click that mouse button, it will fire off the same hotkey combination that is in NinjaTrader and execute that action. So it's really slick. It's a great way to save yourself time. Now, if you have any questions about setting this up or you want to know more, feel free to drop a question below and I'll be more than happy to help you out. Otherwise, feel free to write any other comment. I would love to hear from you guys. And of course, if you like these sort of videos, please do let me know and slap that like button and of course, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.